Guys, the Chanel mini flap is now over $5,000 US. That is such an insane amount. But I just bought a luxury alternative. Yes, it's still luxury for just 100 Australian dollars. Yes, not even 100 US dollars, just 100 Australian dollars, which is like just 2% of the price of the Chanel mini flap. So let me show you what it is. So in this video, we're going to go through the unboxing of the bag and I'll give you an overview. We're going to compare it to the Chanel mini flap. I'll give you the price I paid and the purchase story. We'll do mod shots. I'll give you the weight and the dimensions, and I will tell you the flaws of the bag, which is to why I think mine was so cheap. Okay, let's get straight into the unboxing. Okay, reintroducing my vintage Bali of Switzerland, or Bali of Switzerland, however you want to pronounce it, mini flap bag, and mine is in a red leather. I believe it's lambskin, but please in the comments correct me if I'm wrong, with the gold hardware. So this is what the front looks like. It's a single flap with a turn lock here. You can see the turn lock is this oval shape with a B etched into it. This is the side of the bag. Here's the back, there's no back pocket. That's the bottom there, there's no feet. Here's the top, so it's just single grommets, not double grommets. Leather interwoven chain strap. This is not detachable or removable, it's just one length. And if we open her up, that's what it looks like on the inside, leather, and then there's a fabric lining here. So there's a gold logo plaque there that says Bali of Switzerland. This is not the original interior. Mine has been changed out. The interior must have deteriorated or something, and then they went and got it replaced with this sort of cottony liney fabric here. And one interior pocket. I've just got some $5 notes in there at the moment. This is Australian money for anyone who's not familiar. So if we just compare this to the Chanel mini flap, so both of them, this is what it looks like from the front. They both have a single flap front, very different diamond quilting. So you can see this Bali of Switzerland one, it has this small, very small diamond quilting, but it's also not a consistent shape. You can see in the center here where the flap is, it really elongates, whereas there's a very consistent diamond on the Chanel one. And actually for a long time, I thought this Bali of Switzerland pattern was quite ugly and didn't buy it for that reason. The back of the bag, the Bali one has no back pocket, whereas the Chanel one does have a Mona Lisa smile shaped back pocket. The turn lock is different. So you can see this has a B etched into it, whereas the Chanel has the CC shaped turn lock. And interior, this one only comes with one zippered pocket, whereas the Chanel, you get a zippered pocket and a slip pocket. So there are some differences between the two brands. So here are the mod shots. So I have my height and weight on the top for reference. And you can see it, this is what it looks like as a shoulder bag. Now for me, it's way too long as a side bag. Like I really need to shorten the strap. This is what it looks like from the side. This is what it looks like from the front. This is the bag crossbody. Now I do think it's still quite low on me. It hits me lower than I would usually like, but I think because the bag is so small, I don't really mind that it hits me so low. This is what it looks like from the side. Now I'll give you the weight and dimensions of this bag. We'll also compare it to the Chanel. So this is 18 centimeters along the bottom, 14 centimeters tall, and 5 centimeters deep. Now if we compare it to the Chanel, now I have centimeters and inches both on the screen for you. So this is a little bit shorter than the Chanel, but also a little bit taller. And the width is only 1 centimeter smaller than the Chanel. So it's very comparable in the dimensions to the Chanel. However, the Chanel strap drop, I prefer, it's 58 centimeters. This is 61. So for a short person like me, the 61, it makes it way too long as a shoulder bag on the side. But if you're taller, which most people are, it might be all right for you. This bag is so light, it only weighs 340 grams, which is only 0.75 pounds. Super, super light. I'll tell you what fits. So this bag is not very big, so let's do a what fits. So we have a small wallet, a big phone, some keys, and a packet of tissue. Let's see if we can close it. Oh, this is not closing properly. Let me just put the packet of tissue in a different spot. Okay, that's closing much better. So just to recap, I only have 4 things in here. So small wallet, big phone, keys, and a packet of tissue, and that's it. Okay, so let's talk about the flaws of this bag as to why I got it so cheap. Now, I was obviously very suspicious because it was only 100 Australian dollars. The bag actually I got for 85, and then it was like $15 shipping on top. So this was, I believe, recolored. When I got the bag and I looked at the coloring, I'm not sure if you can see it, it looks like it has in certain areas really strong black undertone. So number 1, the coloring is not consistent. Number 2, there's areas of strong black undertone, so I think it's been recolored, particularly where the strap is. I mean, you won't be able to see it, but there's blotches of like black along the strap. And also the texture, it doesn't feel as good, soft and supple as this vintage Bali bag that I bought as my alternative to the Chanel classic flap, like the medium, large or jumbo size. This one feels nice and supple. This one feels like crispy even, very similar to the texture of this vintage Chanel bag that I bought that has been recolored. They both have that same crispiness. So I suspect this is not the original color. Also, when I got the bag, I did a clean and condition, and when I conditioned it, the whole surface felt very sticky, particularly on the leather chain strap. So that was a bit weird and made me suspicious that like the conditioner was like dissolving something. But then when it dried up, the stickiness also dried up, luckily. There was a lot of sticky black speckled residue all over the hardware, so I had to clean it up from the turn lock, from the grommet, and also just from the chain on the chain strap itself. So the condition of the bag was not great, almost like junk condition, to be honest. And then also the interior, I believe, has been replaced. My sister has the same bag that she bought in better condition, and the interior is supposed to be like a leather or faux leather interior, but this is like a cotton interior. And I think that's because these bags are notorious for degrading in the interior. Like you can see in this picture I posted up, you can see there's a lot of stickiness and flaking in that. So I think that's what happened to this one. So the previous owner had gotten this replaced, and it was probably that sticky residue that came out and got stuck all over the hardware, maybe on the exterior of the bag as well. I knew going into this sale it was going to be a gamble because the seller really didn't disclose any faults with the bag. But for $85, like it's pretty obvious there's something wrong with the bag. But all of those were issues that I could manage. So I was taking a gamble, and I think it worked out okay. So let me know what you think of this 100 Australian dollar alternative to the Chanel mini flap. Is it a yay or a nay? Would you rather pay 5,000 plus US dollars? Well, in Australia, it's like 9,000 plus, to be honest, for a Chanel mini flap. Or are you happy enough just to throw around this vintage Bali of Switzerland? I think it's lambskin bag. I'm happy enough with. Now, if you guys haven't already seen, this is my vintage alternative to the Chanel classic flap, which is another vintage Bali of Switzerland bag. And if you haven't seen my previous unboxing, which is an alternative to the Hermes Kelly, I'm going to leave those 2 videos here.